In my opinion, Cole Strange is one of the best guards that came out of this past class, and you can make the argument he may be the best. From a technique standpoint, his footwork, his hand placement, his aiming points, everything is top tier with this young rookie. And these type of blocks right here that you're about to see is why he's such a unique player. I mean, look at this double team block between him and Trent Brown, and look at the drive on Kendall Vickers. That's a starting defensive lineman for the Raiders. And Cole Strange and Trent Brown just drove him 10 yards back. In today's video, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty details of what makes Strange such a unique player. We're going to break down some of his technique because I think this guy has maybe some of the best technique I've ever seen. I'm not talking about just college draft picks. I'm talking about the entire NFL. I mean, look at Strange here going up against Kendall Vickers in a one-on-one situation. Look at how he punches with his hands. He gets his hands extended. Not every single guard does that. In fact, if you guys watch the opposing defensive tackle, he's going to go up against the center. The center is going to just go head first and really just take him on chest to chest. And he's not using his hands necessarily the way Cole Strange is. Now, the thing with using your hands is it could get you in trouble if you're not able to anchor. But Strange shows he has no issues with anchoring. As he's going to punch Vickers, Vickers is going to try to bull rush. And you're going to see at a certain point in this play, you're going to see Strange drop his hips, get his legs straight back, and anchor right there. There it is. There's the anchor right there. That right there is why Strange is able to use his hands. And if an offensive lineman is able to use his hands to win, that is the best possible way to win. And here is why. The best defensive ends, the best defensive tackles, they use their hands to beat offensive linemen. And the way offensive linemen win is by countering those hands. Vickers here is a pretty solid pass rusher. Vickers going to get out of his stance and he's going to throw a right swipe right there. And that does not impact Strange at all. He stays in a solid base. He keeps his hands tight. You can even see Vickers gets his hands on the face mask. And Strange just does a really nice job. Let's get into the next rep. In my opinion, the most important part of blocking, especially in the run, is to be able to seal off. You know, rather you're a backside block, rather it's a zone to the left or to the right. Your seal off block is very important. Strange is going to seal off this defensive tackle who is lined up in the 2-eye technique, which is the inside shade of a guard. But Strange makes this look effortlessly. Man, look, he gets right out of his stance. The helmet lands to the correct side. And from there, he turns his hip. And the reason why this block is important is because when you can seal off your guy, you're making a wall right here. This running back could easily bend this right back through here. And based off of what Trent Brown does, he could even potentially cut it underneath Brown and pick up a massive chunk of yards. But it really starts with the block that Cole Strange has on this play. That seal block is very important. It's probably why Strange was the first round pick. And this isn't a one-off block. Cole Strange does a great job with his reach blockings, his seal blocks. Even in pass protection, as we've noted, he does a great job. Here's an interesting thing with Strange that I noticed back when I watched his college tape. In fact, I did a film breakdown of his from his time at Chattanooga. And one of the things that I had noticed is this guy processes super quickly. And what that means is when your defensive tackle drops back, the fact that he's able to recognize that so quickly, and once he recognizes it, he quickly turns his head to the inside nose. He gets his hands on the nose. And then from there, he goes back to the outside and helps his tackle. That right there is very impressive. And I know most people are going to say it's really not a big deal. He's just doing his job or this or that. But trust me, telling you guys, this type of stuff right here really helps every other offensive lineman. You know, an offensive line is not made up of one person. In fact, you can have the 3 best players at any given one of these spots, and they may not even be a top 5 offensive line. And then you can take guys that would be considered like the 15th best. And as long as they're able to play within a unit, play with the guy next to one another, and that unit may be the best unit in the entire NFL. I'm going to jump forward and talk a little bit about this play. You're going to see in this play, this is a short down situation. They only need a couple of yards to pick up the first down. They're going to run this ball as an inside zone to the left of your screen, and the running back is going to cut this right behind Strange. Strange is going to do a great job getting to the inside and really sealing off. Now, this is not a difficult block because the defensive tackle is playing a 3 technique. He's slightly shaded to the outside of the guard. But Strange does a great job turning him and really creating a wall. It is very important for the running back to be able to realize where his wall is, where that cutback lane could potentially develop. And in this play, the running back's going to do just that. He's going to cut it right here. And he's going to get those 2 yards that they need for a first down. Again, Cole Strange doing a really solid job on this play. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Jumping forward into the next rep, I want to get into this play really quickly. Kyle Peko right here, number 92, is a 5-year veteran around the league. The guy has a lot of experience, and Cole Strange and Trent Brown straight dominate and put this guy down, and they put him into the dirt. And people may not think this is a big deal because it's a double team block, but when you're double teaming, there is an art to double teaming. And what I mean by there's an art to double teaming is when you're blocking someone on a double team block, one of the two guys has to get low and stand a guy up, and the other guy is the guy that's going to come clear him out. So in this play, Strange has to get low. Peko is a guy who spent a ton of his career basically staying low, playing nose tackle, playing that one tech, that two wide tech. So Peko understands you have to stay low, and just look at how low Cole Strange is here on this play. His pad level's low, butt's low. Relative to every other player, look at how low he gets out of his stance. And of course, it's nice when Trent Brown kind of comes and cleans it up for you here, but this is a great double team block by the two guys. They really cleared the way. They really moved this guy out of the way. It's a really nice job. Let's get into the next rep. Now, I do want to state something really quickly. If this is the first time you're on the channel, one of the things I like to do on this channel is to show you guys positive reps as well as losing reps. And in this play right here, Cole Strange is going to lose to Matthew Butler, who is a rookie for the Las Vegas Raiders. But he's a really good pass rusher. He came out of Tennessee. He's good. He's solid. And I want to talk about this play because Strange gets driven right back into the quarterback. And he's not able to anchor down on this play the way we've seen on a couple of the past reps. I think the first rep, or the first snap that I showed you guys, in that first play, Strange anchored down. In this play, he doesn't. I want to kind of show you guys why that does not happen. Right out of his stance, Strange does a good job with his hands. He gets both hands right on that defensive tackle. Now, Butler is known as a guy who doesn't swat necessarily, but he grabs and moves the hand. And if you guys missed it right there, let me just back it up here a couple frames so you guys can see it. There it is. Butler gets that right hand on Strange's left hand, and instead of swatting, he's going to pick it up and basically move it. Now, that's kind of unique from Butler's perspective, and it may be something that Strange hasn't necessarily seen. Now, as the play develops, you're going to see that the left hand of Butler is already on the chest plate of Strange, and he's going to use that left hand, and he's going to long arm it and really use that to push him back. Now, Strange does do something in this play. You guys may have missed it. We're going to point it out. It is called a snatch technique. And it is something that is kind of unique. You guys watch his left hand right here. You're going to see that left hand go up and come back down. Now, unfortunately, the timing just did not work, right? If you guys missed it, you guys can watch it in slow motion. That left hand is going to come down and he's going to try punching Butler's arm. Now, the reason why he does that is because if you can snatch correctly, if you're able to hit instead of the arm, if you're able to get lower towards the wrist, that punch right there would knock Butler's hand off and he would be off balance. Now, of course, it does not work because of the timing. The second that Strange is actually trying to snatch, Butler really gets that leverage and uses it against Strange, and he gets driven right back into the quarterback. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a learning rep. The coaches will show Strange, and Strange can see this. And also keep in mind, right, there's not a whole lot of tape with a lot of these guys. So it's not like Strange can go and know what's coming, right? Because had he known that this is the move that this guy potentially does, he would not have tried to snatch. Instead, he would have gotten his left hand back and he would have anchored down. He'd have gotten both legs back and he would have anchored. And he didn't. Instead, he tried to snatch. And ultimately, that allowed Butler to take Strange right back into the quarterback. Not a crazy rep, but, you know, we do like to break down the little details of the pass rushing as well as pass blocking, the art of it. Let's get into the next rep. Now, do understand that in most reps, Cole Strange does win. All right, and this one's kind of an interesting rep as well because he's in a one-on-one situation with Neil Farrell Jr., and Farrell throws this nasty right club. Look at this. Boom, right there to the left shoulder of Strange, and it knocks Strange off balance. Look at that. Strange's, his left foot is kind of up in the air, and Strange does a great job just getting back into it, really rebalancing himself, and then he anchors. Right there, there's the anchor. And if you guys don't know what the anchor is, basically, you get both your legs kicked back, you drop your hips, and that's obviously a big part of it. And pretty much every offensive lineman anchors down at some point in a pass set. And you can probably look around here, and if you can see the right tackle, I believe that's Isaiah Wynn. He's going to anchor right there. There's his anchor. He drops the hips, he gets those legs out, and he anchors, right? So guys anchor all the time. Brown may not need to anchor as much because he's so massive, but this was just a nice, interesting play by Strange, and I did want to just show it to you guys because of that club move. He does a great job really rebalancing himself and anchoring down. Nice rep. Let's get into the next rep. All right, I want to jump forward into this next rep here. This is a really nice job by the entire offensive line we'll break what Cole Strange does, but I want you guys to watch the play. We'll get into the end zone angle after you guys watch it from here. Really nice job. It's a crack toss, which means you get the left tackle out there pulling. Left guard to right tackle. They're all basically blocking it as you would a zone play. So what that means is you're going to get a crack here. Trent Brown is going to pull, get out there. And then from the left guard over to the right tackle, basically you're going to get cutoff blocks. Strange will get up to the linebacker here. The center will cut off this defensive tackle. The right guard will get up to the backside linebacker, who is number 58 over here. And the right tackle will cut off this defensive tackle, and so on. So you got the backside action basically doing a zone blocking concept, although technically this is considered a power run. I want you guys to watch Strange how he avoids the defensive tackle, lets him go, and basically gets up to the linebacker. And he gets in such a great spot that the linebacker literally tries to run underneath this, and that is not going to work. And the entire offensive line does a really solid job, and the running back picks up 15 yards on this play. Now let's break this play down a little bit further. One of the things I oftentimes say with offensive linemen is in order to win, you just got to have good blocking angles. You have to be able to take the right angle and get yourself in a spot in which you know that the guy you're blocking is going to run there. And what I mean by that is this. The running back is going to take a pitch to the left side. You know, this linebacker right here that Strange knows he has to block. This guy's not going to run this way, right? That's not going to happen. That's not where the play's going. And I say that because Strange understands that if he takes a straight angle this way, he may not get to the linebacker. So what Strange does is he's going to take a different blocking trajectory and take a different angle. And that angle allows him to cut off the linebacker. So as Strange gets out of his stance here, he's going to take that 45-degree angle and really just get in place where he knows that the linebacker will not be able to get around him. And of course, in my opinion, it was a mistake, but the linebacker tries to run underneath this and Strange lets him go, right? Like the linebacker technically is in a spot where he may think he can win, but Strange is very quick, he's very fast. He's able to just come back and just cut his guy off. That's a really solid block by Strange. And it's a massive pickup. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Jumping forward into this next rep, this is one of the final reps that we're going to get into. Strange is going to take on this defensive tackle who's going to give him a spin move to the inside. And Strange does a great job not overreacting. He's not off balance. He processes the spin well. And he just picks it up and he shuts it down. Really solid job by Strange. One of the things you guys have to understand with this play is this is a true pass rushing situation. You have a guy way out wide. You can say he's in a wide 9. You have the defensive tackle playing in that 4 technique, which means Strange has to set vertically, but make sure he's able to get out here. Now, at the same time, the defensive tackle understands that Strange has a reach block. So there could be a slight advantage if he hits him with the inside move. Now, what the defensive tackle is going to do is he's going to go upfield first. He's going to get that left hand of his, which looks to the hand that's on the right of the screen. He's going to chop that down as leverage. And he's going to try spinning. And he even gets his left hand on the back of Strange. And truth be told, this guy is in a really solid spot to get to the quarterback in this moment. Strange does a fantastic job turning his hips, getting that right hand wide, punching and shutting it down. That's such a great job by Strange. And of course, even the quarterback thought to himself that this guy's about to get some pressure. And Strange absolutely shuts it down. That's such a great job by the left guard. You know, these type of plays is why I think Cole Strange is going to become one of the best guards in the league. In fact, I would not be surprised that by the end of this year, that most of the media guys, right, the guys that are really into offensive linemen and really breaking down offensive line tape, if most of these guys don't all agree that Cole Strange is one of the best guards in the league, I would not be surprised if that happens. And of course, as you guys can see, that last play was the final play that Strange played against the Raiders. You know, Cole Strange had a great preseason. I really enjoyed watching his tape, and I plan to continue breaking his tape down because the guy's really, really, really good. So if this is the first time you're on this channel, do understand every single week throughout this season, I plan to do at least one Patriots film breakdown. Rather that's Cole Strange, rather that's Christian Barmore, who by the way is one of my favorite players in the NFL, rather that's a different guy, right? I plan to do at least one tape every single week of the Patriots. So subscribe if you're not subscribed, thumbs up. And I'll see you guys next time with another video.